In the milk bar and feeling lost. I'm drinking sodas as cold as frost. Someone leans in my direction, quizzing on my jukebox selection. Well, what do you call that noise that you put on? This is pop. Yeah, yeah. She's so... Wow, what a confusing start to a podcast.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It could be. Welcome to another episode of the This Art Johnny Domino podcast, wherein I, and that is Steve, talk with my brother, who is Giles, about music that we have done in the past, music that we're doing currently, and music that we will do in the future.
Stephen Howard Woodward.
Yes, Giles Michael Woodward.
Yes. You got a weird middle name.
Yeah, well, you've got a weird first name.
I know. You've looked out. We'll talk about your name later, actually.
Why?
So, what was the song?
Was it This Is Pop by XTC?
The English rock band from their 1978 debut studio LP, White Music. It defined their catchy but weird aesthetic, a song that musically defies its title, or maybe it's trying to redefine what pop music is. What do you think about XTC?
I don't like them. You know what I mean? They're just one of those bands that is like, I probably should.
You should, because they are quirky, jerky music and very English. And like, is that not what Johnny Domino kind of tried to be a bit?
Well, maybe I don't like Johnny. I know. I just don't know. I just never got them. And Mark the Elk Elkston is a big fan, and I'm sure he tried.
Yeah,
but no, it just never scratched my itch.
Oh blimey!
Yeah,
oh blimey. Well, maybe you should listen again to the WLP White Music, which was originally titled Black Music, referring to black comedy apparently, but they changed the title at the suggestion of Virgin Records and the band's manager to White Music.
I think that's probably a good idea.
Do you? I think both are bad, really. But yeah, it wasn't a massively successful record, but it's a very weird record. It's kind of crazy. It's got like mad different songs on it. Obviously, there's two people writing songs. The Andy Partridge ones are way better. But yeah, it's got some really banging tunes on it. It's got a really terrible version of All Along the Watchtower, which is like horrendous. It's like unlistenably bad. But it's interesting. And the reason that I was listening to a bit of that music, because I went to see a modern band that have obviously listened to that record, a band called Feet. Have you heard of the band Feet?
I've heard of the band Feet. They're another of these bands that have got absolutely terrible name.
Well,
Feet.
Yeah, it looks quite good on the T-shirt, but they're a pretty good band. In fact, I really, really enjoyed them. I went to see them in Milton Keynes on Saturday.
Yes.
Milton Keynes. I know. And they have that same sort of herky-jerky, jagged, quirky energy that early XTC's got. Definitely. Very much hearing at times as well, kind of early Happy Mondays too. And other kind of English stuff like Squeeze and that kind of quirky sort of thing. And they're very high energy band live. Very fun. And they're good. The stuff on their debut album, I really like. There's another weird album title. The first album by Feet is called What's Inside is More Than Just Ham. Yeah. The singer's good. He reminds me a bit of Jim, actually, of the Johnny Domino band.
Jim of the Johnny Domino?
Yeah. He's got that kind of slightly threatening, weird quality to him. The way he kind of like leans over the crowd.
Jim used to have a bit of that, didn't he?
I was kind of getting a bit of that. But yeah, they're good. So if you get a chance to check out Feet, do it.
You mentioned Squeeze then.
Yes.
Chris Difford and Glenn Tilbrook,
Yes.
the songwriters in Squeeze, have not been friends
Yes.
since 1976.
Wow.
They fell out in 1976 and don't get on.
Yeah.
But that's years before they got famous.
Yeah.
Isn't that the weirdest thing?
Well, it is weird, but then it's not weird, is it? I mean, it's like they wrote some songs together. They were probably in quite a high pressure situation, trying to make it as a band, and they probably didn't really get on. And they're never going to really make friends again. Maybe some bad stuff happened. Who knows?
I don't think it's necessarily the pressure stuff. I think there was some bad stuff that happened.
Yeah, some bad stuff happened. Yeah.
Why keep going?
I don't know why keep going. Yeah, well, I think about that quite often when I think about this podcast, Steve. But then I think, yeah, come on, podcast gold.
Podcast gold.
Yeah, and we are on volume 3 of the very best of This Our Johnny Domino.
It's true.
It's alive.
True.
It's alive.
Yeah.
A jolly good time is to be had if you feel like listening to it.
Yeah, the purpose of this podcast when we set it up was for us to build a purely theoretical mixtape of the best of our old band, Johnny Domino. And obviously, we got a little carried away with the concept because we're on the 3rd volume of an actual out in the world best of This Our Johnny Domino, the songs we talk about on the podcast. And I think the 3rd volume is quite compact.
Yeah, I think it's a way in. It's a way in. It's got fast songs, it's got slow songs, it's got happy songs, it's got
some miserable songs.
I think it hangs together quite well as a collection, which is kind of surprising since it was recorded over a period of decades.
Yeah. The songs are between 1992 and 2004.
Yeah, so it's a fair chunk of time. It's in some ways you could say it shows a certain lack of progression. In other ways, it shows some kind of nice cohesion.
Yeah, we knew what we were doing, and we just stuck with it. Actually, it goes on for even longer because there are some songs that we recorded recently.
Yeah,
on there. So
yep.
La di da,
la di frickin' da. Anyway, Stephen.
Yes, my friend.
Or if you're in Spain, you would be called Esteban Obando.
Yeah. Our friend Esteban Obando, previously mentioned on this very podcast, is recording an album over the course of a year. He is releasing a song a month, which he is recording on a Tascam 424 Porta Studio, the very same brand of Porta Studio that Johnny Domino used back in what the kids call the day. He popped up on my Instagram feed and I liked what I heard. And he seems like a positively charming chap.
Probably is.
We talked to him on the last episode 59, and we're having the song that he's put out for April.
We are. He's doing a song a month. And yeah, this is a good one, I think.
Yeah.
It's called No Rain in LA, which is interesting because there are 34 to 35 days of rain per year with a total average precipitation of 12.23 inches compared to Nottingham, which has 123 days of rain per year.
Maybe Esteban was travelling on those days. Maybe he was just out of town.
Maybe.
And then he wrote this song.
No Rain in LA.
Melting stars on the pavement. Even Batman can't afford to pay his rent. Sometimes I feel too much, hanging on to the sun with storm clouds in my head and no rain in LA. There's no rain in LA. But now I'm terrified of plans, 'cause no one ever can make it in LA. My friends are MIA. Dripping thoughts on the concrete, waiting. I'm so tired of waiting for the things that never come. I'm thinking I might start reaching for the sun and face the clouds instead. It's raining in my head. It's raining in my head. It's raining in my head. It's raining in
Man, I really enjoyed that. I really like the kind of like the stripped down. He's working within his limitations kind of aspect of that. You know, it worked
Yeah.
really well.
That's the beauty of the 4-track, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
You just do what you can do and you do what's necessary, and that's the song.
That's the song.
And that's what
Yeah.
we talked about before. So, yeah,
And it was a nice, happy, sad song. I enjoyed it very much.
we do love a happy, sad song.
Yeah, yeah. And he mentioned Batman.
He did mention Batman.
Yeah, I bet you liked that, didn't you? That kind of pricked your ears up, didn't it? Because you're a big fan of Batman, aren't you?
Well, we talked about Batman before, and we both agreed that he's the best superhero. I think I might have mentioned in the past that there's a TV channel in this country called Talking Pictures TV.
Oh, yeah.
It just shows lots of old crap, anything which is out of copyright, or loads of terrible kind of. There's a program called The Adventures of Sir Lancelot, which is appalling. It's
You're
so
really
bad.
selling it, but is it free to view?
It's free to air
Oh,
channel.
okay.
You don't need to
Yeah, yeah.
subscribe to it. It's
Okay.
on one of the higher channel numbers.
Okay.
But the reason I know about The Adventures of Sir Lancelot, because he's on 8:30 on Saturday mornings, he's followed at 9:00 by an episode of 1960s Batman, which is great. We're now into the third season. They only did 3 series of it.
Mm-hmm.
Third series, it went properly down the toilet. But
Yeah.
the other thing that's really interesting about the third series is they introduce Batgirl.
Yeah.
Batgirl, played by Yvonne Craig.
Yeah. Everyone's got a type, haven't they, Steve?
Oh, yeah. And the sexy librarian with the glasses on is, let's be honest, it's an
It's
archetype.
everybody's types.
She'd have thought so, yeah. It was such a big deal. They actually made like a miniature 7.5 minute film introducing her. Batgirl is Commissioner Gordon's daughter,
Yes.
Barbara, and she works in a library.
Yeah.
But she actually has a secret cubbyhole in the library where she can get changed and turn into Batgirl. Which
I feel a bit sorry for Robin at this point, because why would you need Robin if you've got Batgirl? I mean, in the small clip that you sent me, Batgirl has got a Bat Compact,
yeah,
a laser Bat Compact.
cuts through anything.
That can destroy anything. So what's Robin got?
No,
He just asks annoying questions, right?
yeah. I mean, the only downer about Batgirl is her theme tune.
Yeah.
Batgirl, 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 Batgirl. Where do you come from? Where do you go? What is your scene, baby? We just gotta know. Batgirl, 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 Batgirl. Are you a chick who fell in from outer space? Or are you real with a tender, warm embrace? Yeah, whose baby are you? Batgirl, 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 Batgirl. Yeah, whose baby
I went to see a Michael Jackson tribute act the other week. just leaving that there on the table.
Mhm.
I was singing along to some of the songs, certainly at the beginning of the set, because it was it kind of went through in a chronological order. Yeah, I was wearing my single sequin glove, obviously, but when it got to Earth Song and then went into Dirty Diana, that was me done. Really,
Yeah.
I had to go and get some chips. Oh, there was a Beyonce tribute on before Michael Jackson as support.
And how was Beyonce?
You look more like Beyonce than she did, Steve.
Well, thank you.
On the 90s Derby scene, I just wanna be seen. On the 90s Derby scene, where have you been? On the 90s Derby scene, I just wanna be seen. What musical cuisine Stephen Gardner going to serve today?
Oh, I'm quite excited about this, Steve,
Yes.
because you told me that we're going to listen to Stars on the Water, and I've been ready for this all day.
Well, you got stuff.
Because I'm a big fan of country music. I think.
That sounds like horrible modern country music. We don't do the modern country music, Giles, as you well know.
Stars on the Water. It's George Strait.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to know an interesting fact about George Strait?
Yes, I would love to know something
Fun
interesting
fact.
about him. Yes, go.
Fun fact. His mother is second cousin to Jeff Bezos.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes, well, that's a thing.
Non-fun fact. George Strait has got terminal cancer.
Ooh.
That's okay. Moving on. So, Stars on the Water.
Stars on the Water were a Derby band, and they were formed from the ashes of another Derby band called Laser Guided.
We're going to talk about them next week, so don't spoil it.
But anyway, they stopped doing stuff, and a few of the people from the band formed a band called Stars on the Water. And they were, certainly on this recording we're talking about, a four-piece. You've got Phil Arnold on vocals and guitar, Will, our friend Will, of I Am Wilbraham fame, on lead guitar, Ollie Wright on bass and vocals, and eyeliner, and Anne-Marie on drums and flute on this song.
Not at the same time.
She was very, very talented.
I'd like to see that.
Well, we did see them live. In fact, they
She didn't
did
play flute and drums at the same time.
I don't remember.
I would remember that.
It would be something, wouldn't it? But yeah, I'm pretty sure that when we played with them in September of the year of our Lord 2000 at the Victoria Inn at Derby, that this was the first song that they played in their set.
Yeah. Well, you did ask me to see if I could find their review.
You hadn't found it, have you?
No, let you down there. Anyway, let's listen to the song.
Let's see if they mention Batman.
Something wrong inside, but that's all fine when you still feel alive. Don't feel lonely, smile.
You get stuff.
Yeah.
Why did you have to do that? That song.
Yes. That song.
That is a bit of me, that is.
What do you mean that is a bit?
That hit the spot, that did. There's a bit at the end.
Did it?
The section that they play at the end,
Yeah.
the fourth chord that they play,
Yes.
it's part of the chorus. It's like, you should never cry. It's always a simple way. That bit. The chord that is simple, but oh my Lord, that's great.
Did you enjoy that?
Oh man, I love that.
I mean, that was Derby in the 1990s there.
But it's less head down, sort of shoegazy bit. That was a bit Velvet Underground third album, Galaxy 500, that kind of thing. I love it. I loved
I
it.
thought it was incredible how she managed to play that flute while she was drumming. She didn't even miss a beat, man.
Man, it's very impressive.
It was good anyway. It was
Yes.
good. I enjoyed that. I don't really remember. I don't think I was paying much attention to them when we did a gig with them.
We did a couple of gigs with them. We played at the Vic, and then I don't think we played with them for about 4 years because everybody went to university. We went to Manchester. Remember, we drove up to Manchester.
Yeah.
I drove, and Jeff Bott was drumming for us, and we drove up to Manchester, did a gig, came home. And I don't even think we stayed to watch them really, but we were old men by then.
Anyway, let's make up for it now. Lavish them with praise. That was very enjoyable. Is that available anywhere?
Not at the moment, but there's a lot of talk about Artists Against Success, which is the label that released records by Johnny Domino, putting together a compilation of Stars on the Water stuff.
Yeah.
So, yes, if that does come out, we'll mention it again. But
No, it was,
that is a song called Bluer Than Reason.
Yeah, it was very nice. At the moment, the only place you can listen to it is on this podcast. So you could just rewind and listen to it again.
And again.
And again. And there you go. It's there for you forever. Advert.
Grab a 10p piece and on your BMX or bike. Take a feline for the local shop and tell the guys you like the super crunchy. They come in 6 delicious flavors. Super crunchy. Snacks that I can favor. Super crunchy. There's a snacks for me. Cause a pack of super crunchies only just 10p.
I want some.
Super Crunchies.
I want some. Give me some.
Can you remember Super Crunchies?
No, but I want some from that advert. No.
I mean, they were crisps. They cost 10 pence a bag.
Amazing.
They were not anyone's idea of health food. But the advert, and we'll include it in the show notes, is a very, very early example of computer animation from the 80s. It is not high tech, but it probably makes the crisps look slightly more natural than they looked in real life.
Yeah. So anyway, I did enjoy Stars on the Water, but, you know, we kind of substituted Stars on the Water because we originally wanted to feature another band, didn't we?
Oh, hang on.
On the 90s Derby scene.
Oh, yeah.
I'll speed it up. It's okay.
On the 90s Derby scene. Where have you been?
It'll get faster. Come on, Will.
There's it.
I just want to be
Speed
seen.
it up.
What musical cuisine Steve Jobs is going to serve today?
Okay,
Right,
right,
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Sorry, you were saying.
More on the Derby scene. Right. So as we were saying, we did originally, we wanted to feature another band called Super Creeps.
Super Creeps.
Because they're a band that live
Long in the memory.
long in the memory. They've got a big space in my head.
Yes.
I've got a terrible feeling that they're going to disappoint me because the thing is, right, all the other Derby bands that we played with, we kind of got access to their music, right?
Yeah.
I can go back, I can listen to it. We can find those Super Creeps anywhere.
I used to have a tape of theirs, but I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Super Creeps, we got in touch with them because we did a gig in Derby and we played.
Are you talking about back in the olden days we got in touch with them?
I'm
Are you talking about now we got in touch with them?
No, you stupid man. I'm talking about back in the day.
Back in the olden days?
Back in the olden days,
Yeah.
we did a gig. We played in Derby supporting the Delgados and the Electric Sound of Joy.
Yes.
And we've mentioned a free Derby listings magazine called Home Cooking in the past.
Yes, we have.
And for that one gig, we got 2 reviews in Home Cooking.
That was what a golden moment in our history.
That was basically everything was downhill from there.
Yeah.
But one of them was written by Emma from the band Super Creeps.
Yeah.
And Emma and her partner Martin, also in Super Creeps,
Yeah.
they interviewed Johnny Domino.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, we had an interview in Derby's storied Blessington Carriage Pub.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that another time. So basically, then we did some gigs with them, right?
Yes, we did. We did.
And we did loads of gigs with them. But now we can't hear their music. We've been in touch, but they're not getting back in touch with us, are they, Steve?
Well, they're not getting in touch with you, are they? So I'm going to try.
They're drawing a blank, aren't we, Steve? We're drawing a blank here, right? So what do we do, Steve?
Well, what can we do?
What can we do in this situation? We really want to feature them on the podcast, but we haven't got any of this stuff.
Let's see.
A long time ago, me and my brother Steve here were gigging down in Derby. Sienna went down badly, lo-fi with little effect. They seemed unrehearsed. But then came on a band with a beat as big as mountains, lyrics handcrafted, guitars that were screaming. The crowd were in raptures, the crowd were in raptures, the crowd were in raptures, and the song began to play. This is not the song. This is not the song. This is not the song. We think it's like the song. This is not the song. This is not the song. We think it's like the song called Flesh and the Animals. Singer was a weirdo in sex jeans blowing smoke. Keyboard player's a nice guy dancing like a ponce. Me and Steve were the proclaimers in cut price magic band. The creeps looked us in the eyes and they held out their hands, and the song that they sang was not this song. It manifested, but then it was gone. This is not the song. This is not the song. This is not the song. It's something like the song. This is not the song. This is not the song. This is not the song called Flesh and the Animals. Crazy. So look at it this way, right? Okay. We could do this one of two ways, really. We could just hang around and see if Super Creeps reply to us, right? Or we could make our own version. That's what we did, right? And I think this could become a feature. Engagement no Kikai. Or a Gelegenheit zum Engagement. Or an engagement opportunity. I wonder if other people might be able to see if they can envisage what the Super Creeps sound like. Yeah?
Okay.
I'll give you a clue, listener.
Yeah.
It needs to be trip hop noir. Right? So yeah, we need you to see if you can come up with your imagining of what Super Creeps sounded like. Okay?
Or your best remembrance of what the Super Creeps sound like.
If you absolutely. Or if you weren't there, just see if you can imagine.
I should say we did mention that we did loads of gigs with them. We did 2 gigs with them.
That's
I'm looking at the list. Derby in the Victoria Inn, previously mentioned, and later that same month we played in Lichfield.
Ooh, I remember that.
Lichfield, and that was the gig when the ceiling...
That was the last time I went to Lichfield.
Yeah, the stage had a ceiling which hung in front of our faces.
Yeah.
So it occasionally bent down and waved at people, and Jim unveiled his gig trousers.
He did, as I mentioned in the song.
He certainly did, yes. Yeah, we should probably mention the fact that there was a Super Creep song that we remember the title of, and it was called Flesh in the Animals.
That was not it.
And that was not it, but hence that.
Hi, I'm Giles and Stephen's mum, and I don't listen to their podcasts. I think they're very silly boys.
You know, you sent me an article about miserable men because we had a conversation about being miserable because I'm a bit of a miserable bugger sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
And you sent me an article from the Daily Mail. I don't know how. Did you read the Daily Mail?
Clearly not. What?
Yeah, and this article is called "All the Signs Your Husband Has Miserable Man Syndrome."
In my defence, I would just like to say that I look at the BBC News app in the morning, look at the front pages, look at things that are funny,
of course,
and send them to my friends.
Of course.
And sometimes I send it to my brother.
Of course.
And this one was, yes, as you say, All the Signs Your Husband Has Miserable Man Syndrome.
Yeah.
And everybody felt very seen by that article.
I'll put it on the show notes.
Yeah.
I think it might be worth reading. But it's about how middle-aged men don't deal very well with the changes of middle age, not processing their emotions about physical changes and perhaps their career hitting a wall, and then withdrawing into, risk-averse, self-conscious, general dissatisfaction and miserable behavior. As it says in the article, friends and colleagues still think he's funny, charming, and easy to be around. The irritability and gloom are reserved for home.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. I think we can all relate to that.
Yeah.
But I think perhaps we should really have a word with ourselves and try not to be like that. But what can we do, Steve? What sort of things can we do to stop ourselves being these miserable men? Because I know you can be a miserable bastard sometimes.
Yes. I tend to just listen to really miserable music.
Yes.
Yeah.
It can be quite good, can't it? I mean,
it's cathartic.
I talk to the dog.
Yeah.
Seeing friends is quite good.
Yes, especially if they're other miserable men.
Yeah.
Because then you could possibly think, Christ, I'm not as miserable as them.
Go to the vinyl night up the road. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about that soon. I'll tell you about that another day.
You keep threatening to mention this. You've got to mention it.
But it's very fun. It's very fun. I played some Colourblind James Experience the other week. It went down very well. We've come up with a little concept here. Miserable men can quite often get quite a lot out of listening to, not necessarily miserable women, but women singing miserable songs.
Yeah.
So have you got any recommendations of miserable songs that might be good for a miserable man to listen to?
Well, not necessarily miserable,
but the female voice is a balm to the middle-aged miserable man's soul, isn't it?
Well, I'm a big fan of an artist called Juni Harbel. And she's a Norwegian folk singer. It's kind of Norwegian spectral kind of witch folk.
Oh.
And I've loved her last album, Carvings, and her new album is out now, and I'm waiting for my copy to turn up in the post. I think she's great.
Yeah.
I like, who else do I like who's miserable? A miserable woman. Or not necessarily a miserable woman. I like Snail Mail, first album in particular. We both like Angel Olsen.
Oh, I love Angel Olsen.
I like the earlier recordings of Sharon Van Etten.
I can't get on with that.
I started listening to and enjoying Anna von Hauswolf.
Don't know.
Well, in 2020, she brought out an album called All Thoughts Fly, which is a series of solo organ performances, none more gothic. And then I got an album because it was going for cheap on Bandcamp called, well, basically her live at Montreux. It's got some proper screaming goth crap on it. It's great.
You quite like a bit of goth stuff, don't you?
Not really, no. I kind of missed it all, but I particularly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, one of my favourite albums, controversially of all time, is Forever How Long by Black Country New Road. They've moved on that album. Instead of having the bloke talking over all their songs, it's the three women in the band sharing the vocals.
Yeah.
I just think it's fantastic.
Yeah. Very good.
What about you?
Nina Nastasia, always one of my favourites.
Yeah.
The album On Leaving, very, very good. Compact misery. That's what I would describe it. New artist, Aura Kogan, a Canadian dreamy, country-tinged, psychedelic artist. Very kind of folky-ish. Album, Hard-Hearted Woman. It's got some really good songs on it. Very, very nice. And I've been listening to, and it's not necessarily that miserable, but a very interesting album. This is on the recommendation of my eldest son, who is a man of very distinguished taste. Yeah. An album which I could not get along with when he first introduced it to me. It's called Imaginal Disc, and it's by the band Magdalena Bay from 2024. Have you ever heard of it? No. Well, you need to hear it because it will convince you that progressive synth pop is a thing. They're a duo, Misha Tannenbaum and Matthew Lewin. It's a concept album about a character named True who has a physical imaginal disc implanted into her forehead. It's pretty full on. It's quite intense at times, although it is pop. It borders on the prog rock at other points, and it's an album that really does demand your attention. If you try doing sort of housework while you're listening to it, you will experience motion sickness, as I did. But if you sit down and listen to it with your headphones on, it's quite an interesting and engrossing experience. So I would recommend that one to the listener.
Especially if they're a miserable old man.
Yeah, but I've not managed to really understand the full narrative of the concept album. It's not as easy to understand as, say, like Tommy or something. But maybe that's because I'm the wrong generation. You know what I mean? I'm a bit old, but I'm digging it.
Making a podcast in the face of certain doom. We are This Our Johnny Domino. We're making a podcast and we're playing obscure tunes. This is This Our Johnny Domino. We're brothers, we wear glasses. We've got medical conditions. We've both been alive for a while. Making a podcast in the face of certain doom. It's time for This Our Johnny Domino. Oh, something like that, anyway.
I've got a dog poem.
Let's have a poem.
This is a poem called Bella the Space Dog. Bullied by the heavy sky, wandering carefree, through the brown and green land, walking Bella the Space Dog. Saturdaying caffeinated, with the dog of my heart. It was going quite well till we got to the park, then it started to rain pretty hard. Bella the Space Dog is a great dog. She will make you feel missed when you get home pissed, off and lost after the day. She is, however, the sort of dog who after the apocalypse would, when most of the people are pretty much done, be a dirty and matted mass of brown fluff, dejectedly chewing on insects and stuff. Just a meal for another bigger dog. Now I'm dragging a dog, whose idea this was, uphill from the park, in the rain and the dark, past the lights on full beam, burning over the stream on Tarmacadam, as we look like we swam. Bella the Space Dog is restless and lazy. Bella the Space Dog dreams of her youth. Bella the Space Dog is needy, a loner. Bella the Space Dog turned into her owner.
Nice. Bella is one of the quietest dogs I have ever met.
Yeah.
She's freakishly quiet. It's weird.
She's a very weird dog. She's like not really a dog. She's more like a cat than a dog, but a cat that you can take out on a lead.
Yeah.
The This Our Johnny Domino podcast. It's got bongos.
Can I do another one now?
Go on.
All right. This one's not got a title yet. It's not very long. You returned and you brought the good weather with you. Now I can sit in the park on the grass with my jeans getting slightly damp, watching the trees come back to life on my own while you catch up with Married at First Sight.
Oh, I caught a bit of Married at First Sight the other night. I was flicking through the channels and MAFSA, the Australian version, is what I was watching. And there was a man talking to his new father-in-law about his concerns that his relationship may flounder with his new bride because of a lack of sexual chemistry. And he said that to his new father-in-law.
Yes.
That's an inappropriate dinner party conversation. I'm just going to say that right now.
But yeah, but then that is the meat and potatoes for Married at First Sight.
Good Lord.
And you know, maybe you know, we need to perhaps reel it in a little bit, people. Maybe
Yes,
just
just
hold
wind
it back. Hold it
Wind
back.
in a bit. Yes, absolutely.
You don't have to say everything.
Not all the time, no.
Yeah.
Jingle, 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 jingle. Jingle, 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 jingle.
So, what are we going to do now?
We were going to talk about a song by Johnny Domino from our most recent, as in last recorded album from 2004 called... Yes, I know you always get uptight about that. The album Solid Ground, and it's a song called Second Greatest, because you had an idea about talking about songs where, I mean, we've mentioned in the past occasionally that we would work on songs and really kill ourselves to get them sounding right, and then we just throw something out, and the ones that we throw out and do really, really quickly are the ones that last.
Yeah.
And we wanted to talk about songs where we just kept on working. We kind of killed them a bit.
Yeah. I was just thinking about it, Steve. I was just thinking about like the idea of overworking stuff.
That's it, yeah.
Like, as a concept, right? Because, you know, Esteban, earlier on in the episode, he didn't overwork that song. That was not, it was nice. You know, it was just there. It had its 4 tracks. It was not overworked. There's something light about it, right? And quite often when you're making stuff, the stuff that comes easy, the stuff that has a light touch is the best stuff, right? And the stuff that you labor over and you overwork and you really try to get right, you can really hear the labor. And we've definitely been guilty of that in the past.
Oh, yeah.
So is this an example of us having a light touch, or is this an example of us overworking stuff?
Well, it's just when you mentioned the idea about things that are overworked,
Yeah.
this song popped immediately into my head.
Okay.
Because I remember a very particular conversation we had where I was around at your old house and we were listening to this song. And the words that you said to me were we not listening to any music at this time?
Yeah.
It didn't sound like music, but not in a challenging Merzbow art piece sort of way. It just sounded bad.
Yeah, I wonder if it still sounds as bad. I've not heard it for ages, so let's just see, is this as bad as I remember it? I know we worked for a very long time on this track.
Yeah.
paraphrase Anton Newcomb,
Yeah.
I'm not in the music business. I'm in the This Are Johnny Domino business.
Yeah.
That was better than I thought it was going to be, strangely.
I thought it was ghastly.
You thought it was worse?
I
It was
thought it
worse
was-
than you thought it was.
Yeah, it made me think. I mean, I went to see Macbeth the other
Yeah.
week. It made me think of, it's a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Well, I don't know, man. I think being the master of a hopeless cause is not that bad. I think being a master of a hopeless cause is an okay thing. I think it depends on the way you look at it. You can be a master of something.
But
I think we're blowing our own trumpet there.
You could say that, but it's also a bit like, oh, well, no one's going to hear this. Oh, we almost were, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, it just went on for so long as well.
I don't know. I don't know. It depends what mood you're in. I quite liked it.
And I hated the guitar sound. That bothered me as well. It was just horrible.
You thought it was ghastly, did you?
I thought it was ghastly.
But did you think it was utterly ghastly?
I thought it was utterly, butterly ghastly. I did not like, do not recommend.
Okay. I thought it had something to go for it, to be honest, that time. Maybe it's the drugs I'm on, I don't know.
Possibly. I think it could have done with a bit more of your daft falsetto at the end as well. I liked that.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit Aled Jones, that was.
That's definitely a flex.
I wasn't sure about the Johnny Domino podcast, but I gave it a chance, and now I think I love it.
Have you been listening to any different podcasts recently? Because I've got a couple of podcasts that I could talk about and recommend, actually.
Yeah, well, I've been listening to the latest series of Cole Kushner's Dissect podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Previously, he's done long-form evaluations of hip-hop albums, like a track at a time. The first one was about To Pimp a Butterfly, and the current one is about Daft Punk. And obviously, not many lyrics on there, but it's fascinating. It's really, really, really interesting. Way more interesting than I thought it would be. So I'm very much enjoying that.
I've been listening to a newish podcast. Well, it's not that new. Have you ever heard 101 Part-Time Jobs?
No.
It's quite good. It's a music podcast. It's interviews with musicians. The first one I listened to, I kind of got into it because they did an interview with, your fella from Geese.
Oh, yeah. Cameron Winter,
yeah. And it was very entertaining. It's this English fella. Immediately, I was kind of turned off because his name is Giles.
Oh,
I don't like the fact that he's called Giles. His name is Giles Bidder. It's one of those podcasts where I really like the premise of the podcast and I like the interviews, but I find the host a little bit annoying. He's kind of got that annoying millennial kind of thing about him that I can't get over. I'm just an old fuck.
Yeah.
He uses phrases like, to describe music when it's good, he says, that song fucks.
Horrible.
I've never heard anybody say that.
No,
that song fucks. But Giles Bidder uses the phrase, that song fucks, to describe something that's good, right?
I'm officially out.
There's some quite interesting interviews with people. It's about how people make it work being in a band, right? The interviews are geared towards, and he's very good at getting people to talk about how they organize, actually making it work in a band in this current age when people don't make money. You can't, you don't get that much money from putting records out and stuff anymore these days. I don't know whether you've heard this, right?
I'm aware of that, yes.
And, they don't get any money from streaming. So how do they do it? And these people, they're kind of heroic. A lot of these people in these little bands.
Yeah.
Quite often it's bands that I've never heard of, and then I go away and listen to them, and I don't tend to like them that much. Yeah. But I think the interviews are really, really good. So I'd give it a go, honestly. See what you think anyway. You might get on with Giles better than I do.
No, I've got a problem with people called Giles.
Yeah, all right. And then the other thing I was listening to today was a Six Music podcast in their series, The Rise and Fall of, which has got the rise and fall of Oasis and the rise and fall of Manchester. We've got the rise and fall of Indie Sleaze.
Indie Sleaze,
which I'm finding very educational. It's like the BBC's doing its thing here. It's like it's educating me about a gap in my musical knowledge, because in the early noughties, I was very much involved in having children and working. And I think my musical knowledge dipped massively. I mean, who the fuck are Maximo Park, right?
Well, they sound a little bit like XTC, and that was the band I was trying to think of at the time when you were talking about it.
Was it?
Yeah.
There you go, full circle, right?
Yeah.
You know, so this series, The Rise and Fall of Indie Sleaze, is about those bands, right? So the Libertines, the Kooks, Kaiser Chiefs, that kind of movement of indie that kind of happened to the generation after us, really.
Well, that's kind of like early blog bands, you know.
Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff about MySpace in it.
Yeah,
stuff like
Strokes and Libertines and LCD Sound System.
All that. So you should listen to it. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, you know, the Kooks. I mean, who the fuck are the Kooks? But, you know, apparently they're massive, right? There you go, the Kooks.
My favourite fact about the Kooks is their second album was called Conk.
And most of all, Razorlight.
Dreadful.
Razorlight.
Yeah.
You know what's happened to me? I've got that song in my head, man. That song. That one. All my life. Watching America. To America.
Yeah, I'm looking at this list of.
That's a good song. It's a song for today, man.
I'm looking at this list of indie sleaze bands. I listen to quite a lot of them. I wouldn't say that I don't like the Strokes, and I like the Strokes. And I feel like LCD Sound System. And I've seen that the film based on that book. Meet me in the bathroom.
Yeah, but that's all the American stuff. This is about like the British bands, the ones that are always playing at festivals that I don't go to.
The Vaccines.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. Right. And I don't know anything about them really. But, you know, there you go. It's filling my knowledge, you see.
Filling your knowledge.
And so well done to the BBC.
Well done to the BBC.
I'm starting to appreciate Razorlight again. Yeah? It's a beautiful song.
It's awful.
No? You don't like it? You don't like him?
What was that guy called? Johnny something. He was a Johnny
Burrell. Yeah?
Johnny Burrell.
No, but listen, like, all my life watching America, all my life, there's panic in America. Oh, there's trouble in America.
Wow.
There you go.
It's prescient, isn't it?
He could see the future, couldn't he?
He certainly could.
Yeah. Oh, final question. What's your favourite form of egg?
Favourite form of egg? I would say it's probably omelette or scrambled.
Oh, you little bugger.
Why?
That's the correct answer. Well done.
What, omelette or scrambled?
Yeah.
What do I win?
You win my eternal gratitude and respect.
Does it have a cash value?
Right. Love you. Oh, by the way, people, I meant it. And if you're still awake at this point, this is an engagement opportunity. Write a song that you think sounds like the Super Creeps. Go. Do it.
Thanks for listening.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Please do like and subscribe to our podcast and recommend it to someone who you think might like listening to all this kind of weird shit. Send us some of your old music and enter the eternal halls of the 4-track gods.